Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. So today we're going over to Brew61. Got these beers as part of a Round Britain Beer Club, a collaboration of breweries working together to make a subscription service that serves the breweries and not a third party who are creaming the profits off. And the breweries, struggle to make the beer and somebody else is getting all the profits. So absolutely delivering top-notch beer. I've been super impressed so far. This box is all from Brew61. So it rotates. Brew61 is this month. Next month it's going to be one of the others. So this is called Greenfields Gold, a light and golden session ale, 3.8%. There we go. There's the beer. Made by Brew61, who are based in Greenfields, Upton, Warren, hence the name. Bromsgrove, B61, hence Brew61, 7EZ. And on the back, I will read it. It says, Greenfields Gold is a lovely light golden session IPA at 3.8%, a beautiful golden session ale. A fresh citrus aroma is balanced with a light hoppy taste and subtle bitterness. So we'll crack this open and I'll give it a pour. Oh, it's cold in the beer room tonight. So what you'd class as more of a straw colour, straw to gold colour pour. Nice bit of carbonation going off. 5 mils of Whitehead on there. I'm getting a bready aroma on this. I've already forgot what it said. And the citrus aroma balanced with light hoppy taste and subtle bitterness. So I'm getting a bready aroma initially, at least. Oh, cold. Now the citrus is developing. So it's amazing, isn't it? You crack open a beer, and this happens 90% of the time for me. You crack open a beer, and the first aroma is not actually the aroma you think you're going to get. Nice, light, easy drinking, citrus tasting. Oh, that is extremely neckable. Both in bottle form, and I assume they do cask as well. One day I'll get my backside over to Bromsgrove and go and see the brewery. I love this beer review thing I do. Apart from sitting in the shed in the cold in winter, it's not as much fun this time of the year. Yeah, and that's why I don't do 20-minute beer reviews this time of the year, because by the time I've got about 5 minutes in, I'm absolutely freezing my bits off, as you can imagine. But nonetheless. Lovely beer. I've really enjoyed Brew61 and the Round Britain Beer Club. I love the ethos behind it. I love when good ideas come from good people it's not somebody else creaming off profits and the breweries are struggling to make the beer for little. Which is what happens in supermarkets, basically. Breweries make beer for supermarkets, and what happens? Supermarkets take the profit because, they do nothing but sell, and obviously they need to pay their staff, blah, 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 pay their shareholders, and eventually, the breweries get little to nothing, which is why, and I can only assume this, because I don't know, but I can only assume Round Britain Beer Club was made by the breweries for the breweries, so that the breweries can deliver great beer for the masses, and it's the breweries that gain from it rather than third parties, you know, i.e. supermarkets and other subscription services out there. And when it's good beer like this, then fair play. And I've seen other subscription services predominantly supporting craft beer. That's all right, but modern traditional beer is the most drank beer in the UK. You know, the most drank beer in supermarkets is modern traditional. I mean, when I worked in supermarkets, the biggest brand was Spitfire by a country mile. These days, I'm not so sure. It's been interesting to actually Google that, but so light citrus aroma now is full on. %3.7%, not too taxing on the ABV. And these days I've got to play good with ABV, so yeah, yeah, is what it is. To a point at least. Ooh. So yeah, very enjoyable. Greenfields Gold. Love the fact that the name of the brewery. I love the fact that the postcode of the brewery. Why did I not see that on the first few reviews? Seba award-winning beer, light and golden, session ale, and yeah, what a brewery! Look at that, crystal clear, perfectly poured. You know, perfect beer, lovely white head, no sediment. Sediment doesn't bother me, being a home brewer, but it does bother people. A lot of people want a clear beer. Not just a certain generation, but some people just want a beer that's clear. They don't want hazy. It is what it is, you know. Everyone likes what they like, you know. I like a certain style of beer. And if I could brew it all the time, I would. Would my body like that beer? Possibly not. You know, drank a lot of this summer, and yeah. Oh. I'm cold. It's cold. So for me, from Brew61, another lovely beer. I've really enjoyed, you know, going into this exploration of a brewery, and it's the reason why I've always done beer reviews, because it's interesting tasting beers from breweries and just seeing, you know, what's out there. There are is there nearly 2,500 breweries in the UK? Supposedly, at least. I don't know if there's that many active breweries, but you know, some people are breweries and they brew once a year. I know this because of Nottingham, because, you know, there are some breweries that, you know, they're classed as a brewery, but they brew literally as many as most. The most they brew is 3 times a year, sometimes once a year. So maybe the amount of truly active breweries is much less than the amount of breweries, you know. But nonetheless, yeah, lovely. The citrus aroma is subtle. The citrus taste is, again, more subtle. It's not what I would say in your face citrus. So, you know, but that appeals to a certain type of people. You know, not everybody wants in your face. They want that subtleness. So, you know, there's a market for every beer out there. Yep, all poured in. Oh, God, I'm cold. Yeah, it's not the time of the year to do beer reviews in the shed. It really isn't. And it's no point putting the radiator on because I'm literally in here for 20 minutes. By the time the radiator starts to warm up, I'm already walking out the door. And technically, it's not even cold at the moment. Outside, it is. I'll tell you the temperature. I'll show you the temperature outside. It's 9 degrees. There we go. So it's not even that cold. I mean, next week it's going down to -2. So yeah, I don't think I'll be doing any beer reviews from the shed next week. I think I'll be grabbing 2 or 3 beers, taking them up the house, doing beer reviews in the house, and jobs are good. And you know, it's cold. Nonetheless, this beer review went longer than I thought it would. So, what became a citrusy aroma, citrus taste, subtle, but there. Would I drink it again? Yes, of course. Yes, very nice. Out of 5 for me, a good 4.3 out of 5. Brew61, Greenfields Gold. We need this on cask in Nottingham. Any breweries watching this in Nottingham, pubs, get this on cask. I shall remind you when I do some posting. Yeah. And from the Round Britain Beer Club, cheers.